Bitcoin is too expensive. I can't afford to buy Bitcoin. I still hear these kinds of complaints a lot. Some people see the Bitcoin price at over $11,000, and they say they can't afford to buy it. They think they are too late. These people are wrong because they have not taken the time to do their research on Bitcoin. If you had done some quick research, you would have understood that Bitcoin is divisible up to 8 decimal places. Anyone can buy Bitcoin in 2020. No matter what your means, you can buy Bitcoin. Stop thinking in BTC, start thinking in Satoshi. The thing to remember is that the smallest unit of Bitcoin is called a Satoshi. We have the following equivalences: 1 Satoshi equals 0.000000001 BTC. 1 BTC equals 100 million Satoshi. It is not for nothing that Bitcoiners often say that owning 0.01 BTC already makes you a millionaire in the Bitcoin world. Few people understand this, but with 0.01 BTC you own 1 million Satoshis. So you are a millionaire if you own at least 0.01 BTC. At the time of writing, the price of a Bitcoin is $11,285. This means that currently, 1 Satoshi is worth $0.000112885. Everyone can afford to accumulate Satoshi by 2020. All you need is an internet connection, to which you will need to add a smartphone or computer. Since more than 60% of the world's inhabitants have access to the internet, this allows more than 4.5 billion people to buy Bitcoin. The hashtag StackSats movement that has been growing since 2019 in the Bitcoin community is here to make you aware of the importance that Satoshis will represent in the future. Indeed, talking in Satoshi will become the norm in the future in the Bitcoin world. With this first essential point established, you have understood that you can buy Bitcoin with just $5 in your pocket. You have to define a strategy if you want to own one entire BTC. Nevertheless, you are now aware that a real race has started to own one Bitcoin in its entirety. In the future, the Bitcoin price may well reach $1 million. It won't happen overnight, but the possibility is getting stronger block by block now. Owning one Bitcoin in full in the future will be a real game changer for you. To achieve this goal, you need to have a strategy in place. The classic strategy one recommend is to become a Bitcoin HO dealer. You choose to fundamentally believe in Bitcoin and adopt a long-term strategy. You regularly buy Bitcoin with a dollar cost averaging (DCA) approach. This means, for example, making a monthly purchase with a fixed amount in US dollar, regardless of the Bitcoin price. Some applications allow you to automate this. You send these Bitcoins to your hardware wallet to have full control. This can also be automated. You HODL your Bitcoins no matter what. You iterate from step 1. If you want to speed up the conquest of your goal of owning one Bitcoin in its entirety, you'll need to make a difference in step 1. Depending on how much you earn each month, it is not easy to increase the amount of US dollar you're exchanged to buy Bitcoin. Minimalism will help you reach your goal of owning one Bitcoin in full. I suggest you discover minimalism and apply it to your life. Minimalism is a movement to help you recover the true value of things by separating yourself from all the useless items that have taken up too much space in your life. The consumer society pushes us to spend more and more on things we don't need. The marketing teams of big companies are full of inventiveness to trigger new needs in you. This pushes you to make impulse purchases, and above all to waste a lot of money unnecessarily. Add to this the US dollar that was designed to be spent. If you doubt it, just look at the evolution of the purchasing power of the US dollar since August 1971 and the establishment of the current monetary and financial system by Richard Nixon. The purchasing power of $1,000 in 1971 is worth only $150 in 2020. This represents an 85% drop in the value of the US dollar in 49 years. What's the point of holding on to cash if its value is only going to fall? The problem with the US dollar is that its money supply is always inflated by the Fed, which is constantly decreasing its value. Keeping cash with you, life beyond an emergency fund, is therefore the worst thing you can do. The current system gives you no choice but to spend more and more money. With the advent of Bitcoin just over 11 years ago, you now have a new opportunity: saving. Bitcoin is a savings technology. Bitcoin is the hardest money in the world. Your Bitcoins grow in value over time, so you can choose to keep them by opting for the long run. This allows you to completely change your lifestyle. Bitcoin gets you out of the prison in which the consumer society locks you up. With Bitcoin, you no longer need to spend your fiat money for fear of seeing its value decrease. The best thing to do is to redefine your real needs in life. Minimalism will help you do this. Ask yourself a few simple questions. Do you need the latest iPhone 11 Pro Max at $1,500? Do you need a luxury sports car? Do you need to change your clothes as often, when the old ones aren't always worn out? The answer to all these questions is always the same: no. Instead of an iPhone 11 Pro Max at $1,500, you can buy a mid-range Android smartphone for just $300. And even more, you can buy a used smartphone, and save even more money. This difference of $1,200 can be used to buy Bitcoin. By buying Bitcoin, you are betting on your future. In a few years, this $1,200 in Bitcoin will be worth much more. For the sports car, it's the same thing. Take a good used car, and avoid having to take out a credit that will lead you straight to poverty. This is one of the 5 big rules to take control of your money. This change in lifestyle will lead you to frugality. The extra money you will have available each month by living frugally can be used advantageously to buy Bitcoin and get closer to your goal of owning 1 Bitcoin in full. Better still, the minimalism and frugality that goes with it will help you understand that happiness depends on the simple little things in life, not on owning a whole bunch of useless items. Many people don't realize this because they are locked into the way of thinking in which society locks us up. With Bitcoin, you will be able to develop your critical thinking, because that is one of the great lessons they teach us. Think for yourself, and you will see things in a new light. I think that's where the magic of the Bitcoin revolution lies, and it's much more than just a financial investment with big profits. Bitcoin allows you to change your mindset to realize what matters in life, living your life on your terms.